Greetings. My name is Joey Rowell. I'm the Deputy Chief of Administration at Hardeeville Fire Department, and today we're going to talk to you a little bit about hurricane safety and preparedness. The hurricane season here in South Carolina, as well as the Southeast, starts in June and ends in November. Typically, we don't see a lot of hurricane activity, but in recent years we have seen the effects of storms such as Hurricane Matthew and some of the others that has kind of inundated our area. We want to make sure that you are prepared for a hurricane, and a lot of the preparedness comes in way in advance, but we basically tell folks to pre-plan for anything. And what we mean by that is make sure that you've got some things in order with you and your family. First off, if a hurricane is imminent and a mandatory evacuation is given by the governor, do you have a place to go? Basically, we need to get folks away from here if that order is in effect. That way you are safe, and it's less people to have to worry about from a public safety standpoint. There are many avenues around here that you can go to. There are evacuation zones that are established by State Department of Highway Safety. And we got A zones as well as B zones that run throughout Beaufort and Jasper counties that you can evacuate to go to a safer destination. If that order is given, we want to make sure that our vehicles are serviced. We want to make sure that we have a full tank of gas. And also with the new electric vehicles, you may want to strategically plan your routes based upon how to get those vehicles charged. Also, if we have a lesser of a storm to where the impacts are here and evacuation is not given, we encourage folks to have a 14-day cache of food per person that is non-perishable. In the Matthew, whenever it came through our area, there was many people that were without electricity for up to a week, some a little bit longer than that, and we want to make sure that you're able to eat. Also, we recommend that 1 gallon of water per person per day for drinking is inside your home or your vehicle or whatever you have. That way you have the ability to hydrate. Also, a couple other things to keep in mind is if you're on medications, your prescriptions, you want to make sure that they're up to date and filled, and also talk to your primary care physician as well as your pharmacy to make sure that in the event that you have to leave, that those prescriptions could be filled in other destinations, or you've got enough to take with you that will keep you going for at least 14 days. Again, we encourage you to leave if an evacuation order is present, but also here's some things that we can do to reassure ourselves and keep other things with safety and preparedness in mind. So this time of year, we want to make sure that we are inventorying and we're making sure that our insurance and everything, our paperwork is up to date. Make sure that you have the applicable insurance with your homeowners, that it will cover you during the event of a storm. We need to take pictures of your home, of your possessions. That way, in the event that you did have a hurricane or wind or any type of weather event, that you have something that is a log of what you own in your home. If you can get the serial numbers and the value of those items to have them at your disposal if you come back and things are out of place or out of order or destroyed. Also, it's a good time of the year to make sure that you have your preventative measures in how to board up your home, to secure windows, doors, and things of that to withstand the debris that could become airborne objects. A lot of folks use plywood. There's a lot of things on the market now that are specifically made and that are easily deployable that you could put on your windows. Some of the newer ones, like we're now use at our fire stations, we can basically secure our whole fire station in less than an hour with the new Kevlar style window and door protection. Again, you have to kind of do a little research. You can kind of Google those things for our windborne areas, and again, those things makes life a lot easier. Again, making sure that we have the cache of foods, we have our medications, we have a route. Also, now is a good time to pre-plan where you may want to go. If you leave before a declared evacuation given by the governor, you can pretty much choose your destination to where you're going if you get out ahead of the crowds. If you don't, a lot of times you have to kind of follow, depending on where you go. It's either going to be up I-95 or it's going to parallel Highway 278 towards Barnwell. Again, pick those destinations that you may choose to go to. I will tell you, in the event of Hurricane Matthew and some of the other storms that were recently here, folks had to go a couple states over to find lodging whenever they evacuated the Lowcountry region. Another thing to keep special consideration of are your pets. What do we do with these pets whenever we evacuate, when we take them with us? So we need to make sure that we also have food, water, medications, a leash, any type of ID tags, microchips, and they're up to date on vaccines, because a lot of places are hurricane friendly as you start moving out to evacuate. But having those things in place, in order now, would be strongly encouraged. Another thing is, if you're unable to evacuate here, there is a local shelter that is at the Jasper County School Complex in Ridgeland, 250 Jaguar Trail. This shelter is basically for folks that are coming from the county as well as other places in here. It is a medical needs shelter as well as pet friendly. But remember, there's basic accommodations there. If you do go, you probably need to bring some blankets, covers, and other creature comforts that may not be provided for at that shelter, as well as some type of entertainment value, books to read or things to do, because those things will be very, very limited. Again, we strongly encourage the folks in our area to be prepared. Expect the worst and have a plan in place. There are many other topics that we can discuss when it comes to hurricane safety. We could go on for minutes, even included into hours, but if you have any questions, I would encourage you to, if you're in Hardeeville, you can contact us here at Hardeeville Fire, 843-784-3229. Or if you live in the Jasper County area, you can contact Jasper County Emergency Services, 843-726-7607, and they can direct you into the right things and give you some information that will greatly help you.